Hey, this is Indigenous Patriot. Happy Halloween. Today we're going to discuss things on that kind of theme. And now I know that 2020 itself has been a horror movie. We're not going to talk about politics or the news in this particular video. We're going to discuss movies, podcasts, and books that I enjoy to read, watch, and listen to this time of the year. Most of the stuff that I'm going to discuss are actually going to be indigenous related, but not all of them. So, hopefully you'll find something that you haven't actually encountered before, and maybe you'll suggest it around Halloween time to your friends and family. So stay tuned. First thing on our list is going to be Rhymes for Young Ghouls. It's a very good movie in my opinion. Out of the media that I'm going to discuss today, this is going to be the one that has the least direct horror in a traditional sense perspective, but it does contain its seasonal aspects as far as Halloween and true horror is concerned. You're going to see some scenes where I don't want to discuss that part, but you're going to see some things that are very harrowing for indigenous people. And if you know anything about indigenous culture, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Even if you don't understand indigenous culture, it's a very good movie. I really recommend it. And after the trailer, I'll talk about where you can watch it for free.
The day I found my mother dead,
Don't look, Doris! Don't look!
I aged by 1,000 years. If you're good at one thing, apply it to everything. You can turn anything into an art form. This is what brings my people together. The art of forgetfulness.
Your dad's home. You've gotten old. Now I'm home! Shouldn't be slinging dope to a bunch of red trash Indians.
That ain't no little girl no more.
We're supposed to take care of her, Burner, not her take care of you.
You even know your girl, man? You're gonna be eating people after the apocalypse.
Sholo lost his rib to Popper. Someone from the fishermen enrolled him. We need to figure out a way to get this money back.
I'm too hungover to be doing all this thinking.
All you want to do is take this guy's money?
Our money.
Place changed.
Dad! You two gotta be the dumbest Indians since Bugs Bunny put on a headdress. For 7 years, I've dreamt of nothing but getting out of this place. But my world ends at the borders of the reserve, where dirt roads open up to dreams of things you can never be here.
For indigenous people, the cutting of hair was something that was commonly done when children were taken to the boarding schools like Carlisle and other notorious schools, and they had their hair cut. They had talcum powder put all over them in order to rid them of lice, and they were also beaten when they were caught speaking their native tongues, which is why a lot of our tribes in the United States and Canada have lost their traditional languages and ceremonies because they were actually outlawed in our respective governments. That's one of the things that touches me when her braids are being cut off. You can watch that on the website I'm going to discuss at the end of this video, so stay tuned. It's free. Hope you enjoy it. I know that when I'm doing my screen capture, like the trailers, the wall's on one side of the video, and when I'm doing the live videos, it's on the other side of the video. I apologize. It is what it is. Let's move on. So we're going to discuss Indian Killer, which is a book by Sherman Alexie. I've read it twice, I think. The first time I read it was back in '98. I got it from the local library. Well written book, in my opinion. It's a thriller. It doesn't have fantastical horror elements to it, but it's definitely something that I would chalk up as, you know, along the lines of books like Kiss the Girls or Silence of the Lambs, maybe. In any case, it's not quite that deep. It's deep, but it's not quite that deep into those topics. It's about a man who was born to indigenous people, but adopted by white people, which is a very common occurrence historically with indigenous people, because that was one of the ways that they separated people from their culture. You don't have to like that, but it is what it is. So he goes off in search of who his people were, and that in itself, the internal dialogue there is pretty dark. He also encounters a female indigenous activist at college, and she has her own issues that are put out in the book. In the backdrop of all this are, I want to say, notable Caucasian people that are killed and scalped, hence the term Indian Killer, because the community, you know, jumps up in arms about all this, and it becomes tension between indigenous and the white communities of the town that they're in. So I really recommend it. It's a good book. It fills the whole thriller kind of genre. If you like things along that line, I don't know, Kiss the Girls, or if you like that movie by Tommy Lee Jones and Faye Dunaway, I think it was, or Mia Farrow, I'm not really sure, called The Eyes of Laura Mars. Maybe you'll like this as well. It's one of those who's it gonna be kind of books. So yeah, you can pick it up on Amazon, Audible, etc. Next up, boils and ghouls. I'm just kidding. I'm not the Crypt Keeper. In any case, the next thing that we're going to discuss is Blood Quantum. You can watch it on Shudder if you have a trial subscription to them. You can get that for free, obviously, because it's a trial subscription. If not, then I think it's like $5 or something on Amazon Prime. The subscription to Shudder itself is pretty cheap. I really recommend them, especially for this time period. They have so many horror movies in some series and things like that. It's an awesome subscription. I've had them multiple times throughout the entirety of their existence. In any case, let's watch the trailer. This actually takes place in an indigenous area where the indigenous people are supposedly immune to this zombie virus, and they have to deal with, you know, the surrounding areas and trying to survive. So let's get started.
So how long were you out there for?
I lost track of the time.
Did you get bit?
This planet we're on is so sick of our shit. That's why the dead keep coming back to life.
You're immune. I'm not. What if my baby isn't either?
Run!
It's bad.
Ninagasi.
I heard that you could cure bites here.
Ain't nobody immune here but us.
One of them could come in here and infect this entire camp.
Behind you.
You wanna live?
Who says we're immune? Odukja uksid hummo. Awenda sui lexiko.
coming already out. I don't know about you. I haven't watched that yet, but that movie looks really good to me. The reason why I haven't watched it is because every time I get ready to sit down and do something, the politics side of what I do ends up taking over, and a lot of my time is spent doing that. Plan on watching that movie as soon as I can. So if you are watching that movie or you have watched it, please let me know what you think down below. I really appreciate it, but it looks awesome to me. I really appreciate the cinematography, the effects, and the indigenous peoples. I've talked about this website multiple times on the channel. They don't sponsor me. I think it's awesome that they put on film festivals that are done by indigenous people, and they offer it to us, the public, for free. Where else are you going to see these films all gathered together in one spot for no cost to you? You can donate, obviously, but really, they're providing these as a way to share the culture with those that aren't actually as knowledgeable about the culture but want to learn more. Currently, they're having an online horror indigenous film festival called Nightmare Vision, and there's a lot that you can watch there. A lot of the films are, 10, 12 minutes long, although there are a couple of feature-length films, including Rhymes with Young Ghouls. So if you want to watch that, if you enjoyed the trailer earlier on, and you want to watch that, you can go to visionmakermedia.org and watch it for yourself. If you have the ability to donate, that would go a long way to continuing these types of events. It would go a long way to showing appreciation for the artists that created the media that you're watching. So give it some consideration. It would be very much appreciated. Let me know what you end up watching. I'm going to watch as much as I can. I have a full plate today. Got a lot of things going on with my son, etc. So I might not be able to watch quite as much as I'd like to, but I'm definitely going to be watching some of it. And I've already seen Rhymes with Young Ghouls, but who knows? Maybe I'll watch it again. If you watch anything, drop it down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and appreciate it. So I don't really know what your evening is going to entail, but whatever it is, I hope that it's safe. I hope that you have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Maybe you're going out trick-or-treating with your kids if your area has trick-or-treating. Mine doesn't. Maybe you are watching horror movies at home. Think of it this way. That person that's running from the killer, it's not you. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I do that. In any case, please remember, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. If you watch or listen to anything, I just said listening to. If you watch or listen to anything that I suggested, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm always looking for new media to consume. Because I have tons of time on my hands right now, right? Lepichka Nawe, I will see you again.